Good evening and welcome to TF South High School for tonight's matchup between the TF South Lady Rebels and the Munster Lady Mustangs. As we get things started, short little jumper by number 20 for the Rebels, Lindsay Hodges, is off the mark. Mustangs move up the floor. Rebels in a zone to start the game, and the Lady Mustangs turn it over. Number 3 for the Rebels, Torrin Parks, brings the ball up. Goes far side, kicks it to number 15, Katira Wilson. Inside to Hodges. Ball stripped away there. The Mustangs move the ball up the floor. Number 14 for the Mustangs. Delana McGinty misses the short jumper. Rebound to the Mustangs. Ball faked by number 12 for the Mustangs, Kayla Zeal. She misses the pull-up jumper, and the Rebels go the other way. Lady Mustangs also, it looks like in a 2-3 zone to start. Number 12 for the Rebels, Jabira Miller. Ball is kicked inside. Number 11 for the Rebels, Crystal Robinson. The short jumper, and the Rebels take an early lead. And we have our first foul of the contest. Team's first on the Rebels. Mustangs to inbound. Quick hitter for a short layup, and we're tied at 2. Good ball movement by the Rebels, leads to a short jumper by Miller. And the Rebels ahead by 2. Rebels in a man-to-man defense. Number 23 for the Mustangs drives baseline, and she is fouled. That's Emily Zabrecki. She'll go to the line, and she'll shoot 2. First free throw is up and good. One more coming. The Lady Rebels are coached by Tim Russell, and the Munster High Lady Mustangs, the head coach is Jim Davidson. Zabrecki's second free throw is good. We're knotted at 4. And now the Mustangs go into a full court press. Rebels get the ball down the floor, in for a layup, and we have a foul. Number 15, Katira Wilson. For the Rebels, will go to the line, and she also will be shooting 2. First one's up and good. Second one coming for Wilson. It's on its way. A little bit long and rebounded by the Mustangs. They push the ball down the floor. They get behind the Rebel defense, and it leads to a foul. Number 35 for the Mustangs, that's Alina Mangieri. She'll step to the line, and she'll have 2 shots, the first of which is good. Second one short. And Miller pulls the rebound down for the Rebels. They move into the front court. We're knotted up at 5 here, early in the first quarter. Tough angle there for Crystal Robinson of the Rebels. Her short jumper hits the side of the backboard. Mustangs move the other way. Number 5, Maddie McCormick drives baseline, and the Mustangs take a 2-point lead. For the Rebels, right back the other way. McAfee, short pull-up jumper. Tied at 7. Both teams shooting well here early, both from the line and from the field. Here's a 3-pointer by the Mustangs. And again, shooting stays hot. They now lead 10-7. Number 3 for the Rebels. That's Torrin Parks. Drives. They beat the press, cutting the Mustang lead to 1. Both teams attacking the basket here early, and it leads to another Mustang basket. That by Emily Zabrecki. Here's a three-point attempt from Torrin Parks, and it's good. And again, hot shooting here early. We've got 24 points right out of the gate. We're tied at 12. Ball's turned over, and the Rebels will go the other way. Lady Mustangs sitting in a 2-1-2 zone. Rebels try to force the ball inside, leads to a turnover. Lady Mustangs the other way, pushing the ball. We've got a basket and a blocking foul. And Maddie LeComic will go to the line for the Lady Mustangs, looking to complete the three-point play. Aggressive move to the basket. Free throw is good. And the Mustangs lead by 3. Parks works in the near side, forces up a tough little layup, and gets it to go. And we are at 15-14 Lady Mustangs, who are still attacking the basket. Here's a three-point attempt by number 14, Delaney McGinty, off the mark. Rebels go the other direction. McAfee pushes the ball into the front court. Gets it to Parks near side. She feeds it in, and a tough-looking little jumper gives the Rebels a 1-point lead. Again, fast-paced in this quarter, leading to a few turnovers, but also to a lot of baskets. Rebels into the front court with a 1-point lead. McAfee in the corner. Gives the ball to Robinson. Swings it to the far side. Miller now gets it to Robinson. Back to Miller, having trouble looking, trying to look inside. And the ball is tipped out of bounds. Rebels maintain possession. McAfee walks the ball up the floor. Check that, Torrin Parks with the basketball. Looking to attack, and the pace has slowed down a little bit from that early first quarter speed. Here's a three-pointer way off the mark from McAfee, but rebounded by Lindsay Hodges. But her pass is stolen away, and McCormick for the Mustangs pushes the ball up the floor. They swing it to the far side. Number 55, Helmer. Zeal tried to push the ball inside, leads to a turnover. And now the Rebels come back the other way. McAfee gets it to Parks, top of the key. She drives the lane. And we have a foul. Parks to the line. Shooting 2, 1:33 left first quarter. And the Rebels up by 1. Parks misses the first. The second free throw to come. Second one on the way. Rimming in and out. Pulled down by number 23, Zabrecki for the Mustangs. Number 35, Mangieri is blocked in her putback attempt. And 15 for the Rebels. That's Katara Wilson, takes up the length of the floor, couldn't get it to go. Rebound attempt by Hodges is also off the mark. And the Lady Mustangs get the ball over the timeline now, still down by 1, looking to take the lead on this possession. Got a foul on the floor. And the Mustangs will inbound under the Rebel basket. Zeal gets it in to number 55, Helmer. She is fouled, and she'll head to the stripe to shoot 2. 16-15 Rebels coming near the end of the first quarter. First free throw by Helmer. Her own facial recognition tells her it was off the mark. Now she'll shoot the second. It's on the way, and it's also long. Rebels get the rebound and push the ball up the floor. Parks with it near side, gets it to number 15, Katura Wilson for 3. It's good. And the Rebels with that 3-point field goal now lead by 4. Ball knocked out of bounds by the Rebels. Lady Mustangs retain possession. They look to inbound, close to a 5-second violation, but they get it in. And it goes out of bounds to the Rebels. Wilson walks the ball up the floor. Goes near side to Parks. Now top of the key. She's guarded man-to-man. Takes on her defender one-on-one and has the ball stolen. It's loose on the floor. Picked up by the Mustangs. They push up the floor. First shot is off. Both shots go off the backboard and miss the rim. And the Rebels push it up the floor. Coming late in the first quarter. Number 20, that's Lindsay Hodges. She's fouled. And with 1.7 seconds left, the Rebels have a chance to increase their 4-point lead. First one is long. Second one coming. It's on the way and good. 5-point lead for the Rebels. Not much time here for the Lady Mustangs. And that's the end of the first quarter of play. Your score, the TF South Lady Rebels 20, the Lady Munster Mustangs 15. Second quarter action underway. Munster inbounds the ball. They're down 5. Number 23, Zabrecki, now at the top of the key. Rebels stay in a man-to-man defense. Good steal by Parks, but she just stepped out of bounds. Ball goes back to the Lady Mustangs. From the corner, jumper by Janika Van Gunt is a bit short. Rebels go the other way. And Parks drives the lane. She is fouled. Torrin Parks will head to the line. And she'll be shooting 2. First one on the way. It's long. Early free throw shooting was on the mark for both teams. Last couple trips to the charity stripe for both teams haven't been as successful. Second one on the way by Parks. It's also long. And the rebound goes to Maddie McCormick. Violation on the Mustangs, and the Rebels will get the ball back. They've got the ball in a 5-point lead as they head into the front court. Parks on the near side, kicks it to the corner. Her pass inside is knocked away, and it's McCormick going the other way for the Mustangs. Inside to Mangieri. Her shot is off the mark, rebounded by Hodges. Lady Rebels start back the other way. Number 15, Wilson, is being guarded heavy by McCormick. They get the ball inside, and there is a foul. Rebels with a 5-point lead. And Nyla Johnson at the line for the Rebels. She's shooting 2. The first one is off the mark. Substitution for the Rebels. Number 15, Katura Wilson, checking back in. Johnson's second free throw on the way, and it's also long. But the rebound goes to number 11, Crystal Robinson. Great bounce there for the Rebels. They took advantage of it, and they increased their lead to 7 at 22-15. Now the Rebels are in a press. McCormick trying to break it by herself. Dribbled it either off her own foot or off a teammate's. Either way, it goes to the Lady Rebels. who have a 7-point lead and the ball. Chanced it to extend it to maybe even a 10-point lead here early in the second quarter. Loose ball. Crystal Robinson threw up a jumper, didn't go, and the Lady Mustangs back the other way. Mongeri drives the length of the floor, makes the layup, cutting the Rebel lead to 5. 22-17. Into the corner, and Robinson tried to tiptoe on that sideline, couldn't do it. Stepped out of bounds. Munster has the ball. McCormick up the floor now. Swings it to Zeal at top of the key. Inside to Mongeri, and she hits the jumper. The little baby layup cuts it now. The Rebel lead down to 3, 22-19. For the Rebels, number 15, Katira Wilson's. Her three-point shot is off the mark. And as Mongeri pushes the ball up the floor, she is fouled. Munster now in the bonus. Mongeri shooting 1-1. First one is off the mark. Rebounded by the Rebels. Katira Wilson pushing the ball up the floor. Swings it to Parks, far side. Into the corner. And that is McAfee with a three-point field goal that is good. Extends the Rebel lead to 25-19. Right back for the Mustangs, number 14. Delana McGinty is short with her jump shot. Rebels attack the basket, try to pass the ball inside to Miller. Pass is too hot, and it goes out of bounds. Rebels keep the press on, and they create a traveling turnover. They now get the ball back. 25-19 Rebels here midway through the second. Parks for the Rebels near side. Contact with no call. She gets the ball back, dribbles off the defender's foot. Goes to the Mustangs. Zabrecki moves the ball up the floor. Gets it to McGinty, whose short jumper is no good. She gets her own rebound. Kicks it to Mongeri for the short jump shot that's long. Pulled down by the Rebels. Now the Rebels look to go back the other way. Parks tried to feed it inside. Pass was too long, and it's out of bounds. Now the Mustangs get the ball back. Here's Mongeri attacking the basket. The shot is no good, but she's fouled, and she'll head to the line with a chance to cut the deficit to 4. Fast pace to this one. It's led to some unforced errors in the front court for both teams, trying to push the basketball but yet maintain control. First free throw from Mongeri is long. Second one is on its way, and it's good. TF South 25, Munster 20. Full court press now from the Mustangs again. They've got a double team on South, but they get away. Parks behind the back she goes. Pass wasn't bad, but it was dropped. Number 13, Deja Powell for the Rebels. Now Parks back, top of the key. And McCormick with a touch foul. That's going to create a bonus for the Rebels. Number 3, Torrin Parks is going to head to the line. And she'll be shooting 1-1. 25-20, the Lady Rebels with the lead. Chance to extend it. But the front end of the 1-1 is no good, and it's pulled down by McGinty for the Mustangs. Now, Kayla Zeal for the Mustangs. Into the corner. She gets it inside, I should say, and the short jumper is good. We've got a 3-point ball game. Now Parks started to drive inside, but she was fouled. She'll head back to the stripe. Coach Davidson for the Mustangs imploring his defense to try and cut them off a little bit, not allow the attack of the basket. Parks' first free throw is good, and the Rebels lead by 4. Second free throw on its way. It's also good. 27-22 in favor of the Lady Rebels. Substitutions for both teams. And once we get set, the Lady Mustangs will be facing that Rebel press again. Almost more of a man-to-man press across the full length of the floor. Leads to a turnover. McCormick's pass is stolen away by Miller. She's in the front court, tried to kick it inside to Hodges, and that was stolen away. Now Mangieri back for the Mustangs. She drives and makes the layup, goes around the defender, actually. And we've got ourselves a 3-point game late in the second quarter. Inside to Hodges for the Rebels, and Lindsay Hodges with the easy basket. Ups the lead to 5 again. Mangieri in the front court looking for help. Got lucky there. Her pass was handled by Zeal. Now it's Mangieri with a jump stop and a layup. No good. And the Rebels push the ball back hard the other way. And good lead pass for number 11, Robinson, but just a little too hot to handle. And the Lady Mustangs have the ball down 5. They beat the press a little bit. Zeal gets the ball inside. Now it works its way back to her at the top of the key. She kicks it off to Isha. And on the floor, we have a jump ball, and possession arrow goes to the Lady Rebels. 5-point lead for TF South as we head toward the end of the first half. Zeal jumps that pass, knocks it out of bounds. It'll go back to the Lady Rebels. Torrin Parks with the basketball, comes near side. Gives it to Powell. Kick back to some of the more basic passes are getting mishandled in this half for the Rebels. Mustangs tried to force the ball inside. McAfee knocked it out of bounds. And now the Lady Mustangs try to kick it inside quickly, and it's turned over. Knocked out of bounds, actually, off the referee's leg. And TF South has the ball and a 5-point lead. Parks for the Rebels. Great pass to Hodges. Little short jumper missed. Rebounded by LaComic. Now Zeal pushes the ball up for the Mustangs. Far side. Tried to get the ball inside to Helmer, and it leads to another jump ball. Rebels with the basketball. They lead 29-24. Into the front court is Parks. And before the layup, we have a traveling violation against the Rebels. Lady Mustangs have the ball back. Mangieri right into a double team, but she squeaks out of it. Gets it to Van Gunt. Leaves it for Mangieri. Wide open at the top. Her three-pointer is long. Rebound is fought for. Loose ball on the floor. We've got a jump ball. And the possession arrow goes to the Mustangs. Less than a minute left here, first half. And now the Mustangs, they've tried that play a couple of times. This time it works. Short little inbounds pass. Leads to a layup. And the Rebel lead is cut to 3. You can see the clock in your lower right corner. Just under 40 seconds left in the half. See if the Rebels hang for one possession here. Powell with the ball at the top of the key, kicks it to Miller. She reverses the ball, and a three-point field goal is short by Wilson. Rebounded to the Mustangs. They look to attack the basket and cut the lead to 1. Monjeri, who's been active in this half, drives the basket again, but before she's fouled, she traveled. Now the Lady Rebels have the ball. I would expect them to hold for one possession here. Under 10 to go. Wilson at the top. She drives. She's pushed before she made the pass, and she will now head to the line. Deja Powell at the line for the Rebels. Oh, in and out on the one-on-one. Mustangs have less than 5 seconds. Here's the long half-court jumper is off the mark. And at the end of the first half, your score, the TF South Lady Rebels 29, Munster High School Lady Mustangs 26. We're back for third quarter action. The Rebels have the ball and a 3-point lead. Rebels now going to your left on the screen. And a quick turnover right out of the gate. Leads to the Mustangs getting the ball back and a chance to cut it to 1 or even tie it with a 3. Great backdoor pass. And there it is. Great backdoor pass to number... Trouble seeing that one. I apologize. Looks like Emily Zabrecki, number 23, I think. Great move to the basket. She scored the field goal, and she'll have one shot to tie the game. It is good, and we are knotted up at 29 here early in the second half. Katura Wilson for the Lady Rebels brings the ball up near side. Torrin Parks, top of the key, now swings it far side to Robinson. She's one-on-one with Monjeri. She's going to take her baseline, cut off nicely, and she stepped out of bounds. That's a turnover. And now the Lady Mustangs, with a basket here, can take the lead, something they haven't had since early in the first quarter. Inbounds pass almost stolen by the Rebels, but instead it's Zeal for the Mustangs, kicking it into the corner. Zabrecki couldn't handle the pass, and she traveled. Turnovers kind of haunting both teams here since about, I would say, early in the second quarter. First quarter of play had a lot of made baskets. Again, kind of a balance of trying to push the ball up the floor, but also sometimes a little over-aggressive. Knocked out of bounds. The Rebels retain possession. Number 11, Robinson, looking to inbound. She does. She gets it to Parks. Robinson with kind of a floating jumper, and she's fouled and will head to the stripe. 2 shots for Crystal Robinson and a chance for the Rebels to take the lead. First one's good. Robinson eyes the hoop, shoots the second one just a hair long. Great offensive rebound by number 13, Deja Powell, but her putback was just off the mark. And now it's Monjeri for the Mustangs. She's been driving to the basket all night. Kicks it to Zeal, moves it in the corner. 3-point field goal by McGinty was just off. Rebels pull down the rebound and go the other direction. Deja Powell with the ball. She'll take a 3. It's off the mark. Rebounded by Zabrecki. And now the Mustangs come back the other way. Emily Zabrecki, a little floater in the lane, didn't get it. Gets her own rebound back amongst 3 people. And she got stuck inside that 3-second lane, couldn't get out. And it's a turnover to the Rebels. Torrin Parks brings the ball up. Rebels with a 1-point lead. Looking to extend it inside to Lindsay Hodges. Turnaround jumper is good. Field goal by Hodges increases the Rebel lead to 3, and now Munster moves the ball back the other direction. Into the corner, 3-point field goal by McGinty is good. And midway through the third quarter of play, we've got a tight one. TF South Lady Rebels 32, The Munster Lady Mustangs 32. Hodges again tries the short jumper, and she is pushed. She'll head to the line and shoot 2 as well. First one on the way, and it's good. Hodges wasting no time. As soon as she gets her from the referee, it's on its way. See how quickly this one leaves her hands. A little more time on this one. Second one is up and short. Rebounded by Mangieri for the Mustangs. Good ball fake by Zabrecki, excuse me. And as Kayla Zeal went to attack the basket, she traveled. Lady Rebels get the ball and head into the front court with a 1-point lead. Parks to Robinson. She gets it to Miller. Miller's pass knocked out of bounds by Mangieri. Mangieri very active on both ends of the floor. Has played most of the ball game as well, doing a nice job for Munster. Katura Wilson's pass inside is knocked away. But the Rebels retain possession. Katura Wilson kicks it to Parks for a long three-pointer, and it is good. Big basket there. That was clearly a couple of feet behind the three-point stripe, a long one. But it counts for 3, and the Rebels are up 4. Now their press is putting the pressure on the Mustangs. Mangieri's able to break it. Emily Zabrecki for 3. Could not get it. And now the Rebels with a basket here could extend the lead to 6. Working the ball into the corner. Every basketball coach would tell you, get that ball in the corner, you get in trouble. Now here's Mangieri for the Lady Mustangs after the turnover. Gets it back to Kayla Zeal at the top of the key. Looks like the Mustangs are going to go 1-3-1 offense here. They kick it to Emily Zabrecki. She attacks the far side, draws the foul. And so number 23, Emily Zabrecki, will head to the line for the Lady Mustangs. She'll shoot 2. First one up and good. She's got one more coming. Second one on the way, and nothing but the net. And the Rebels now have a 36-34 lead with just under 4 minutes to play in this third quarter. Now the pressure from the Mustangs leads to a steal. They push the ball up the floor looking to tie. Number 5, Lakomic, inside to Zabrecki. Reverses the layup and doesn't quite get it to go. Rebound Rebels, and they push up the floor. Katura Wilson draws the foul. Oh, called that actually an offensive foul. And so the ball is turned over to the Mustangs. They have the ball down 2. They work it inside to McGinty, whose layup is no good. And now South looking ahead. Parks was attempting to get a layup. It was knocked out of bounds, and the Rebels retain possession. Coach Russell barking out some instructions to the team. Robinson with the ball, looks inside to Miller. She started to bring the pass down. Actually went off the leg of the Mustang defender. And the Rebels will now have it under the Mustang basket. Miller drives the lane, throws it up, but draws a foul on the way. Number 12, Jabira Miller heads to the line for the Rebels. She will be shooting 2 free throws. First one is long. Substitution coming here for the Lady Mustangs. And now Miller looks to make the second throw and give the Rebels a 3-point lead, and she does. 37-34 TF South. Maddie Lakomic inbounding. the ball. Mangieri for the Mustangs gets into a double team but escapes out of it. Kayla Zeal with a jumper from the far side. It's off the mark. Ball is loose. And the referees award the ball back to the Lady Mustangs. Mangieri gets it back to McGinty, whose 12-footer is just off the mark. Now the Lady Rebels push. They've got a 3-point lead and a chance to extend it. Torrin Parks tried to get it inside, but it was stolen. Lady Mustangs the other way. Great block by Torrin Parks as she swats away Maddie Lakomic's layup attempt. That was Delana McGinty for the Lady Mustangs. Her jump shot no good. And now we have a blocking foul called. Torrin Parks aggressively took it to the basket. It almost went. Rolled out, but she'll still have 2 free throws coming. 37-34 Lady Rebels late in the third quarter. Torrin Parks eyes it up. First one is no good. One more coming. It's on its way, and it's also long. Battle for the rebound. And Robinson touched it last for the Rebels. Gives it to Munster. After a turnover by the Lady Mustangs, the Rebels get it back. Torrin Parks, top of the key. Swings it to Wilson, far side. She goes in the corner to Robinson. Robinson looking to get it into Hodges. Tough pass there, and it's tipped away and stolen by the Lady Mustangs. Zeal up the floor for Munster. Gets it to Mangieri, but she was actually directly under the basket. Had no attack angle. So kicked it out to Lakomic, but a foul was called. And now on the inbounds pass, we have a foul against Torrin Parks. And Munster will have the ball back just in front of the scorer's table. They're down 3 as we head toward the end of this third quarter of play. Kayla Zeal for the Mustangs. Swings it to Delaney McGinty. She drives, couldn't get a shot off. Kicks it back for a 3-point field goal. It is off the mark and out of bounds to the Rebels. Early shooting in this game, first quarter. Both teams were red hot. Since then, it certainly has cooled off. Rebels looking to get a bucket here and increase their lead from 3 to 5 or 6. Crystal Robinson from the near side. Her jumper is off the mark. And we have a jump ball on the rebound with the possession going to Munster. Lady Mustangs down 3, working against kind of a 3-quarter press, and it leads to a steal by Powell. She looks to move the ball to the front court. She does. Now pulls it back out. Swings it to Miller, does a spinorama, lost the ball, and now we got a fight on the floor for the basketball. We have another jump ball, and this one goes to the TF South Lady Rebels. They will inbound underneath Munster's basket. 3 players up high along the free throw line for the Lady Rebels. They kick it into Hodges. She had a pretty good angle, but it looks like she dribbled it off her knee. And now, as Munster inbounds the ball, foul against Nyla Johnson. And Munster will try it again. 35 Mangieri for the Mustangs. Moves the ball far side. Gets back to, I should say, gets ahead to McGinty, who tried to hang on to her balance. Kind of tiptoe along that baseline, but couldn't do it. Another turnover with the ball going back to the Lady Rebels. We've been stuck on 37-34 for a while here. Now South kicks it into Crystal Robinson. And right as the quarter ended, we had a shooting foul, which has led to McAfee for the Rebels, shooting 2. The first one was good. And the second one, correction, that's Crystal Robinson, who shot the 2. As we head to the fourth quarter of play, the Rebels have the lead and Munster is inbounding. They're down 5, still plenty of time for them to get back into it. Great save along the baseline by Zabrecki. McGinty kicks it back to Grace Helmer, who tried a 3, and it was off the mark. And now the Lady Rebels have the ball and a chance to extend their 5-point lead early here in the fourth. Robinson to Katira Wilson, and that is a 3-point field goal, and the Rebels have increased their lead. Largest lead of the game, actually, 8 points, 42-34. Zabrecki swings it far side to McGinty. Her long 3 is off the mark. Rebound by Helmer. She puts it back up and draws the foul. That'll send Grace Helmer to the line for the Lady Mustangs. She will be shooting 2. Chance to cut it to 6. First one on the way. Remy, no good. Substitutions for both teams before Grace Helmer shoots the second free throw. It's on its way and off, no good. But referee first indicated one direction, then changed her mind. I think she got the call right there, and the Mustangs retain possession. Maddie McCormick aggressive, and now the ball is stolen back by Zabrecki, who has a pretty short layup and misses it. TF South with an 8-point lead, a chance to extend it to double digits. Miller with the ball, gives it to Katira Wilson. She dribbles right into a double team, and the jump ball keeps the ball with the Lady Rebels. Powell, far side, gets the ball back. Little layup, good. Deja Powell with the little bunny layup, and the Rebels now have their biggest lead of the night, 44-34. They keep the press on. And after the timeout, Munster will inbound the ball again. Kayla Zeal brings the ball up. Mustangs really use a bucket here. Mangeri brings the ball into the near side. She turns it over, however, stolen by Katira Wilson. Wilson goes the length of the floor, throws up a long one that banks in. Probably not the ideal shot that Coach Tim Russell had there, but it went in for the Rebels, and they now lead by 12. Good move by Delana McGinty. She got inside position on Hodges. And now the Rebels had some trouble with the inbounds pass, got the possession, and were able to call a timeout. 5:45 left in the fourth quarter. The Rebels lead by 10. Crystal Robinson looking to get the ball in. It leads to a steal. She had no place to throw it, threw it in bounds, and Kayla Zeal stole it and laid it in. And now it's an 8-point game. Now the Rebels attack the basket again. Torrin Parks for a 3, and it's good. 49-38 Rebels. 5 minutes or so left in the fourth quarter. Emily Zabrecki kicks it to Kayla Zeal. Grace Helmer at the top of the key gets it to Alina Mangeri. She drives and draws the foul. Alina Mangieri at the line, shooting 2. Got a nice roll on the first one. It's good. 49-40. Second one on the way. It's perfect. And the lead is now 9 for the Rebels, 49-40. Full court press now applied by the Lady Mustangs. Rebels attack it, but they turn the ball over. Zabrecki gives it right back, and it leads to a layup. No good for the Rebels. Hodges put a putback, no good. Got to make those, that's for sure. Now we got kind of a wild scramble for the ball, and it's knocked out of bounds. The Lady Rebels still have it. Crystal Robinson looks to inbound. Running out of time, and she did not get it inbounds. Took quite a long time for the players to start moving on that play, and Robinson really had no choice but to just kind of throw it in. Lady Mustangs down by 9. Rebels still attacking them with a 3/4 length press. Kayla Zeal for the Mustangs, near side. Gets it to McGinty. She kicks it to Helmer, near corner. Grace Helmer looking to move the ball, gets it to Emily Zabrecki. Thought about a 3, pulled it up, drives in the lane, and she's fouled on the floor. But it will lead to a 1-and-1. Emily Zabrecki at the line. First one's good. That's important here for Munster. Down 8, they need to convert any free throws they get. Zabrecki with a nice roll on the second one, and the lead is reduced to 7. South attacks. Katira Wilson drives. Her layup is a bit long and pulled down nicely by the Lady Mustangs. Zeal gets it to Zabrecki in the front court. Zabrecki, same move she tried last time, but she kicks it back to Grace Helmer, who goes baseline, and she dribbled out of bounds. Turnover to the Lady Rebels. South, again, not having much trouble attacking this press, but they can't convert once they get into the front court. Mangieri back for the Lady Mustangs. She'll guard Katira Wilson as she inbounds. There it is. Perfect inbounds pass to Lindsay Hodges. She couldn't handle it. And now the Lady Mustangs have the ball and a chance to cut a 7-point deficit to 4 or 5. Alina Mangieri gets it to Maddie McCormick, whose layup is long. The rebound went to Deja Powell for the Rebels. And she is tied up. The jump ball arrow favors Munster. Great move there. Gets her own rebound. That's Delana McGinty, had 2 shots at making a basket. Could not convert either one. And on the rebound, we have a foul that's going to send Katira Wilson to the line for the Rebels, and she'll be shooting 1-and-1. McGinty had 2 good looks there for the Mustangs to cut it to 5, but she couldn't convert. First free throw for Wilson is up and good. The Rebels have a 50-42 lead. One more coming for Katira. It's good, and the Rebels increase the lead back to 9 at 51-42. Lady Mustangs really need a basket here. Starting to get late. Zeal tried to force it inside. It was stolen by Parks, who then double dribbles, giving the ball right back to the Munster Lady Mustangs. Kayla Zeal looking, kicks it out. Top of the key, kind of a silly foul there by Torrin Parks. And that's going to send Emily Zabrecki back to the line. Coach Russell certainly doesn't want points on the board for the Mustangs without that clock running right now with the lead he has. First one is good. And the Lady Mustangs are in the double bonus, so Emily Zabrecki will have one more coming and a chance to cut it to 7. Second one on the way. Got a nice roll. We've got a 7-point ball game. Rebels inbound the ball. Powell. Her return pass got knocked out of bounds. South will get it again. They go for the long pass this time. Katura Wilson near side decides to pull it back out. Tried to get it to Robinson. Pass found its way to a teammate, but a turnover by the Rebels. And now Munster with a big opportunity here, down 7. It's Kayla Zeal, kicks it into the corner. And the three-pointer by Delana McGinty is way off the mark. But Kayla Zeal was fouled, and she'll go to the line with 2 shots. First one there, rims out, no good. Grace Helmer back for the Lady Mustangs. Big free throw here for Zeal, get it to a 2-possession game. It's on its way, and it's good. And so the Lady Mustangs crawling their way back. They were down 10, it's at 6. And now a turnover, Kayla Zeal steals the second pass once the Rebels inbounded. And she will be heading right back to the stripe with a chance to cut it to a 4-point lead. TF South struggling not so much with the press itself, but just the initial inbounds pass, giving them some headaches right now, and it's led to several steals for the Lady Mustangs throughout the game. Second free throw for Zeal on the way and good, and what was a 10-point Rebel lead has been reduced to 4. Now Torrin Parks. She commits an over and back violation. She actually had 1 foot on each line of the timeline, but then went backwards into the backcourt for a violation. 51-47, Lady Rebels. Munster with a chance to cut it here. Number 14, McGinney, wide open for a 3. And we have got ourselves a 1-point basketball game late in the 4th. Now Katura Wilson for the Rebels, drives the lane, throws up the floater, doesn't get it. And now the Munster Lady Mustangs, down by 10 just a short while ago, are going for the lead on this 3, and it's long. Rebound by Zabrecki, and she is fouled on the way up. Give credit to the Lady Mustangs. They have never quit. Their pressure has given the Rebels some fits. And now Emily Zabrecki with that first free throw has tied this game at 51. Second one on the way to give Munster their first lead in a long time. Oh my goodness. Dribbles in and out. McGinty got the rebound, put it up. No good, and Hodges pulls down the rebound. She had it stripped away. And now we have a foul on the Lady Mustangs that's going to send Miller to the line. Check that, Deja Powell. Tie ball game. Not anymore. The Lady Rebels now take a 1-point lead. 52-51, second one on the way. Powell's free throw is good. And the Rebels have a 2-point lead. Kayla Zeal attacks the front court, gets it to Zabrecki, kicks it to McGinty for a 3-point field goal that is rolled over the top of the backboard. And now the Rebels go the other way. Torrin Parks to the basket. She's fouled by Zabrecki. Torrin Park using her speed to get away. She's got 2 shots. Big front end conversion there. First one's good. 54-51, TF South. Second one's up for Parks, and she hits them both. And the Rebels now lead 55-51. Munster got it tied, and Zabrecki had a chance to give them the lead. That free throw rimmed out, and the Rebels have put 4 points on the board since then to have a 4-point lead. Now, that was a good pass by Zeal. She thought Zabrecki was going to cut back door, and she missed her. So the Rebels have the ball. They've moved it. They've got numbers here in the front court. Miller's layup was short, and now Mangieri steals it back for the Lady Mustangs. And as she got into the front court, she was fouled. Becoming a free throw shooting contest here late. And Alina Mangieri to the line for the Lady Mustangs to shoot 2. First one's good. 55-52 TF South. Second one on the way and also good. Kind of a line drive style she's got, but it worked. 2-point game. The Rebels looking to inbound the ball against the press. They get it into Wilson, and now it's turned over. Zabrecki looking for help. Gets it to McGinty. Back to Emily Zabrecki. She drives the lane, kicks it to Zeal. Here's a 3, and it's good! And for the first time since the first quarter of play, the Lady Mustangs have taken the lead. 56-55. A minute to play. What was a 10-point lead is now for the Rebels, I should say, is now a Mustang lead. We've got a foul on the floor. It's going to send Deja Powell back to the line. Chance to tie it with this first one. It's good. 56-56. Less than a minute to play. Powell, a chance to give the Lady Rebels the lead. Big deep breath. Second one on the way. Couldn't get the roll. Rebounded by Mangieri. She works the ball up the floor for Munster. And takes one extra step as she was looking to kind of either pass or shoot. She's kind of in between, and she traveled. Big turnover there, and now South has to handle this press. Parks, far side, she's double teamed. Now she swings it back near side, gets over the timeline. And she called a timeout just before the double team got her. After the timeout, TF South inbounds. 33 seconds left to play. Parks kicks it into the, oh my goodness. Traveling violation on McAfee. She just kept walking with it. Gives it back to the Lady Mustangs. They get the ball inside to Zeal. Free throw line, she thought about pulling up and shooting, pulled it back out. Now Mangieri up high on the near side. Kicks it to Zabrecki. Looks like Munster is willing to hold for one shot. Kayla Zeal at the top. Kicks it to Emily Zabrecki, near side. She's going to take that same route to the basket. She attacked the basket and drew the foul. So Emily Zabrecki, with 2.4 seconds left, will head to the line. She's got 2 shots coming. First one is on the way, and it is good. Munster 57, TF South 56. Second one up and good. And now the Rebels have got to go the length of the floor in 2.4 seconds. They get it to Wilson. Up the floor for Parks for the win. Oh! It is just long. What a great comeback by the Lady Mustangs. Hard-fought game between both teams. The final score, the Lady Mustangs 58, the Lady Rebels 56. This has been a presentation of L&N Sports. This is Ken Reynolds. We'll see you next time.